On July 29th, Honduran President Xiomara Castro made a significant decision by vetoing an integral education law. This law aimed to transform schools into gender re-education centers for young children, emphasizing that their perceived gender matters more than their biological sex. This action was a triumph for parents in Honduras and the broader Spanish-speaking world, marking a victory against international abortion advocates, the Biden administration, and their supporters. This victory was achieved through organized efforts by parents, particularly with the support of an organization named For Our Children. Approximately 50,000 parents took part in protests across 7 major Honduran cities in mid-July. These parents gained support from Catholic bishops, priests, religious figures, and evangelical pastors who vocally supported the mass demonstrations, a contrast to the silent seen in similar movements in other countries seeking religious leaders' involvement. Despite her lack of pro-life stance, President Castro was not easily swayed. The significant public response and protests, however, pressured her to align with parents' concerns. President Castro's veto was surprising because, in casting it, she opposed her own ruling party, most of which voted in favor of the law when it passed the legislature on March 8th. The new law of integral education for the prevention of adolescent pregnancy has encountered widespread opposition since its proposal. The law is a textbook case of the attempts in countries throughout Latin America to promote integral sexual education, a harmless-sounding label for a program of forced indoctrination in gender ideology. The law would have mandated that children, from their earliest school days, learn that their biological sex is unimportant and their gender identity holds more significance. The law perpetuated false narratives about sex, encouraging children to engage in sexual activities while downplaying consequences such as pregnancy or sexually transmitted infections. One of the core concerns was the program's intention to distance children from their parents. It argued for children's sexual and reproductive rights, including access to contraceptives and even abortion without parental consent or knowledge. International organizations, UN agencies, and local NGOs joined the cause, attempting to market the law as a means of protecting Honduran girls from teenage pregnancy while disguising its actual purpose, introducing destructive gender ideology into schools and young minds. The promoters of the culture of death work hard, but so do pro-lifers. From PRI's Peru office, Carlos Polo closely follows Honduras events. Since 1989, Carlos and others have fought in the culture wars, empowering organizations and professionals with a special focus on bringing young people into the battle. Our recent victory in Honduras was the result of these decades-long efforts. Our March in Favor of Children and the Family was the most massive public demonstration in the history of Honduras. Local and international media carried countless news reports of this historic march. With the help of the Population Research Institute, Honduran pro-lifers scored a great victory over the international machinery of gender indoctrination. In the future, we will work hard to export the Honduran model to other countries within the region and to countries around the world.